You have probably wanted to get more Instagram followers, but you have no idea or clue on how to actually get them. You watch YouTube video after YouTube video trying to find that little golden nugget that will actually propel you and get you and grow your Instagram followers the way you want them and the way you deserve. But nobody seems to actually be telling you exactly what's working and exactly how to do it. In this video, I am going to be your savior.
Your savior is here!
And teach you exactly the way that you grow, and not only grow but also monetize your Instagram followers. And this little secret, no one is talking about it. And also, just to give you a little bribe, if you stay until the end of the video, we're gonna also be giving away $100 and give you a little special offer that will get you to grow your following like this. Look at that. Thousands of followers every single day, 110% organically. So don't go anywhere if you actually want to get that little result, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe down below. What is up, online CEOs? My name is Josue Pena, helping you grow and monetize your brand, business, and influence with social media and marketing. And also today we're talking about the little dirty secret that can actually help you get more Instagram followers and monetize your own Instagram account, whether you are a beginner or an expert. And this video right here is actually the replay of a live training and coaching call where I broke down exactly step by step on how to do this. So if you haven't hit that like button below and that red subscribe button right there, make sure you do, because this one is gonna blow your mind, and then blow your Instagram, and then blow your bank account as well. It's the one thing that you need to make sure that what's the number one trick, like the number one secret to getting more Instagram followers and also monetizing those Instagram followers that no one is talking about, right? Because like I've been in the Instagram space for a long time, and I haven't seen anybody talk about how you can actually grow organically, but also how to monetize it. Like anybody can grow, or a lot of people can grow, but not a lot of people can monetize. So the number one thing that I talk about a lot to growing your following and monetizing is market research. And let me explain, right? I talk a lot when it comes to like building the Instagram account around the 4 pillars of Instagram. So content, consistency, market research, and networking. And I'm gonna dive into those 4 little things in another video, right? But I want to focus on the 3rd pillar, which is market research, which is literally the most important thing, because all the other pillars, both in monetization and on growth, like come from that one, right? Nothing else, like it's all market research. If you understand market research and you know it and you do it right, everything else will fall into place. That's how it goes. So what is market research, right? Like you might be wondering, okay, like cool, bro. Like what is market research? What does it actually entail? How you actually do it? All right, so market research, let's say you were gonna build a normal business, right? Let's say you were gonna build a traditional business, which is like a coffee shop, right? Or a coffee shop down the street or whatever it is. And let's say you were gonna build it. Would you go out there, pull out your wallet, pull out your credit card, right? Swipe, and start swiping, start buying inventory, start buying all these different things, buying equipment, start hiring staff, buy a place, a location, get like in front of a street or whatever, pay all this money and hope it works? Would you do it? Like, would you do that? Not really, right? You wouldn't do that. Why not? Because you are not going to invest your hard-earned money into something that you do not know is going to work, right? Today's day and age, the person who works the hardest is not the one who wins. It's the one who works the smartest. So here, you got to work smart. And how do you actually start working smart? It's by doing the market research, because you actually need to know if it's actually going to work. Like, are you going to build, like, how do you know? Let's say, are you going to build the new Uber for closet? So I'm gonna like an app that like you organize my closet for me, and it's like Uber. Like, how do you actually know that thing's gonna work, right? You're not gonna build that thing out of nowhere if you don't know how it was like if it's gonna work. So why would you do the same thing on Instagram? Like, why would you invest, like, yes, Instagram is free, but why would you invest all this time into Instagram if you don't know it's gonna work? It doesn't make any sense. So same thing. So what are we looking for when it comes to the market research on Instagram, right? Because like you might be saying, okay, cool, I understand that, but what do I actually look for? So there's a couple things, and I want you to write every single one of these down, because if you are able to do the market research on this and just simply model success, it's literally that, just market research and modeling success. If you're able to do that, you will be extremely successful. So like, do you know what these little things are? Like, just a couple things, right? You're not gonna look for like the most ridiculous thing ever. I like to keep things simple, and the market research is simple. So the first thing you're gonna look for is influencers and competitors. That's the first thing. Now, what's the difference between the two? The influencers are people who are 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, right? People who are really big compared to you. People that you cannot compete in the same industry. Like, they're way bigger than you. So let's say for example, you're gonna start a coffee shop. Again, we'll go back to the coffee shop example. For example, Starbucks might be the influencer in your space, and that's an influencer, right? So same thing on Instagram. So find who is an influencer. Who are the influencers in your space, in your industry? If you're in the fitness space, who are the influencers? Like, if you're in the coffee space, who are the influencers? If you are in travel, who are the influencers? Same thing. And then find who the competitors are. And the competitors are the people who are closer to your number range. So for example, let's say you have, I don't know, 1,000 followers, right? So people maybe who are 5,000, even 5,000 followers, or even 10,000 followers, because there's not that big. Like you might think, oh, 1,000 and 10,000 followers is like 10x. Yes, it's 10x, but 10,000 followers is relatively small compared to 10,000 to 100,000, right? It takes a lot longer to get to 100,000 than it gets to 10,000. So if you have 1,000 followers, competitors might be somebody like under 10K, right? If you have 10,000 followers, somebody that's between 10 and 20 or 10 and 30, right? So people who are closer to your range are your competitors. So you're going to look for those two type of accounts or two type of people, influencers and competitors. Now, what do you do with those? And this is the key. You will look and you will simply model success from the influencers. Why? Because they have already proven the concept of things that work. Right? Here we're looking for things that work. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. The reason why I wasn't successful for 4 years it took me to get to this point right here, where I'm actually build a business, have like multiple 6 figures in less than a year. Like, it took me 4 years. Like, can you imagine if I would, like, 4 years ago would have done this, what I'm doing right now, I would probably have like an 8-figure business right now. But I don't. I only have a 6, right? But I will probably have a 8-figure business if I did that. So it's just modeling success. So what do you do with the influencers? You will look for the content. Content is king, all right? So you need to know what content works. So what framing, what lighting, what style content? Is it more light? Is it more dark? Is it more like tealish, bluish kind of stuff? Or is it more like more to the dark side, like Darth Vader? Or is it more like to the light side, like Yoda or green, right? What's the style content that's working in your industry? I know for a fact in the travel industry or the travel niche, right? Like pictures that have a lot of blue, green, orange, yellow, those type of colors perform really well because people love. Blue is beach, right? Green is palm trees. Like green, it looks nice. Orange, I can tell, is like the sun and stuff like that. So it looks really nice. It looks really nice in pictures and videos. That's why it performs well in the travel, like in the travel niche per se. So you want to know what type of content works, what framing, what lighting, all these different things. And you don't have to overcomplicate things, right? You can literally take pictures with your phone and they will look amazing as long as you have good lighting, good framing, and all these different things. And I can actually dive a little bit more deeply in another video, but you want to understand and do the market research when it comes to the content. It is extremely important because it is the key for everything. So for example, let's say you're in the fitness industry. I'm just going to use another example. Let's say you're in the fitness industry and you see a guy squatting 300 pounds on a Segway, and you're like a super big dude and you're able to squat 300 pounds on a Segway. You're simply modeling success. And then doing the market research, you're seeing this guy squatting 300 pounds on a Segway, goes super viral, the content goes super viral, and you're like, what would happen if I model exactly that on my account? Like, I do it myself. What happens if I do that? People go viral too. The concept is already proven. But let's say you're like, okay, I don't have a personal account, but what happens if I only have a brand account? You simply use user-generated content. So the guy that squatted 300 pounds, you repost him and give him credit. Done deal, free promotion. So hopefully the content side of things makes sense because it's super important that you understand it. Is it making sense? Yes, no. Hit that like button if it is. Let me know if it's making sense. No. YouTube, Facebook, let me know. Collective Entrepreneurs Online, let me know if it's making sense, because it is literally the foundation to move forward. So I don't want to move forward without you understanding this little part, because if I keep going, then you wouldn't get the following. So let's see if you're actually do you understand? Is this making sense? Hopefully it is. I'm not seeing any comments come in, so I don't know what's up. I don't know if you're able, if this is making sense or not. So it's kind of weird talking to myself right now. But I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm guessing is the delay, so I'm just gonna keep going, and then you can ask the question down below, and I'll answer them later on in the live stream. So the next thing, you research the content, right? You research what type of content. Is it more photos? Is it more videos? Like what style works, right? Then we go and we research what call to actions, what type of value, what links do they have? Like, is it a long link? Is it a short link? How are they pushing traffic to their stuff? How are they doing that? Once you understand that stuff, then you simply model success. Same thing again. So for example, this is how it works. You will look at the content. You will look at the pictures. Like you will go on your phone and you will look at the X account, right? You will, okay, cool. They have this style of content is more bluish, etc., etc. You look at the caption. They have in the caption, let's say a short little title. Let's say you're in the travel industry again. So they say amazing sunset on the beaches of Brazil, because Ronnie is from Brazil. What's up, Ron? So amazing sunset in the beaches of Brazil. And they just put rate this sunset from 1 to 10, or tag a friend you would like to bring, or tag your loved one you would like to travel with, right? That's our call to action. And then they have credit at the photographer, or if you took the picture yourself, you don't have to put that, and done deal, right? So you look at that picture goes viral, and you're like, okay, let's see. So you're like, okay, let's see how this thing works. So you saw the content in there, and you're like, okay. So they have this call to action, sweet to the point. They say amazing sunset in the beach of Brazil. All right, so they're explaining where it is, all that good stuff. Then they have a simple call to action. It's subtle with a question, right? It's not saying double tap if you agree. Like that's more direct. You're here saying something more subtle, like rate 1 to 10, right? You're gonna have a bunch of comments, people commenting 1 to 10, 1, 110, 110, 110, whatever it is. You can actually say tag a friend that you like to bring on, right? That's a more direct call to action. So you're seeing this stuff, you're like, okay, these call to actions are working extremely well, and you're like, okay, I need to model what works. So you're gonna do the same thing on your account. Like, do not try to reinvent the wheel. On your account, you're gonna do the same style of call to actions and the same style of layout in the actual caption. So if they have long captions, you do long captions. If they have short captions, you do short. Or you can actually implement your own style, right? But also always model on success. First try it out, start having success, and then implement and kind of twist and mold your own style to yourself. Do not try to start from ground zero and try to reinvent the wheel on your own way. Like, you will fail. And that's what I did 4 years ago. I failed miserably. So you research the captions. Then you go to the bio. You're like, okay, what type of bio do they have? Do they have long, like bullet points? Do they have emojis in the bio? Do they have call to actions, clicking the link, like pushing people to click the link in the bio? How do they actually are doing that? So you're like, okay, interesting. They have bullet points and emojis in the actual bio. I should probably do the same thing. Oh, you're Einstein now, right? Wow, like that's so smart. Simple, right? You simply put the same thing they have on the bio on your bio, right? Like, probably not word for word, obviously, but you would just simply do the same thing. It's not rocket science. Simply modeling success. You do the same thing on the bio, and then you're like, okay, what's the next thing I need to search? All right. Next thing I need to search is hashtags. Cool. Now, what hashtags are they using? All right. So I'll probably go in their post, take their phone again, go in the post, boom, and look at the first comment or even the caption of the post. Are they using hashtags or are they not using hashtags? Both the influencers and the competitors, you're going to research this. Okay, cool. There's hashtags. And you see up 30 hashtags, whatever the amount is. Okay, cool. You're writing it down. Your goal with every single hashtag is to rank in the top 9 posts. You do not use a hashtag that you cannot rank in the top 9. Many people tell you to use the most popular hashtags because they're like the most super popular, like the most cool. I'm telling you right now, if you use the hashtag love, you will absolutely never rank in that thing. Why? Because it has 2 billion users, 2 billion, and you need like 10,000 likes or 20,000 likes in like 5 hours to rank in there. So why would you pick a battle that you cannot win for the sake of your life? It makes no sense, right? So pick a smaller hashtag in your niche that's relevant to you, to the content that you're putting out, that's smaller, and that you can actually rank in the top 9. So how do you actually rank? You look for the average likes and average comments in time frame of every single hashtag. So let's say you are, again, in the travel industry, and you're using the hashtag beach. Hashtag beach, let's just put an example, has 100 million users in it, and you need 5,000 likes in the first 3 hours to rank in there. You're like, okay, I don't have 5,000 likes in the first 3 hours, so I'm going to keep looking. But let's say it's Ronnie, right? Ronnie's from Brazil. He's watching right now, and he's like, okay, cool. But I took this picture in the beach of Brazil, so I might use the hashtag beaches of Brazil. He looks for the hashtag, and it only has 500,000 users, right? And to rank in there, you need 1,000 likes, 800 likes in the first 12 hours. He's like, huh, this is interesting. I can actually rank in this one. So what will he do? He will use the freaking hashtag beaches of Brazil. Why? Because he can actually rank in that hashtag instead of the hashtag beach. Because it had 100 million users. This one only has 500,000. And he can actually get more reach and followers and likers and all these different things from that hashtag instead of a super huge one. So hopefully this is making sense. You will pick hashtags that you can ranking, and as you start growing, then you change hashtags up and you start using bigger ones, because you always want to push yourself a little bit. And if you're ranking every single hashtag every single time, you need to switch it up a little bit and push yourself a little bit more, so that you're not ranking every single one, but you're still ranking there, but you're competing. Like, the goal is to compete on the hashtags you use, not to dominate them completely. Unless you're like using the hashtag love and you're dominating it completely, then that makes sense. I mean, it has 2 billion users almost. So yeah, hopefully this makes sense when it comes to the hashtags. Is that making sense? Yes, no? Let me know in the comments. If it is. If it's not, let me know too. Let's see. The thing is that in Brazil, there's pretty much no one pushing traffic to something. So I can't really model them. I'll need to create mine. Ronivaldo, no, you don't. Because, like, for example, I know in your case, you're in Brazil, you speak Portuguese, but you model what the English people are doing. Like, competitors and influencers do not have to be directly to you. So, for example, if you're in the Portuguese market, right, it doesn't mean that you only need to search for Portuguese people. Search for people that are indirect, that are in other languages. So in English is probably the easiest one. But in Spanish, like, I'm in the Spanish market too, right? I see people doing things in Spanish wrong, but I see influencers doing things in English right. Who am I gonna model? I'm gonna model the English guy who's doing it right. And I'm just going to implement it in the Spanish market. Why? Because it works. It just works. It doesn't matter what market you're in, what language you're in. It's the same way. It works across the board. So hopefully this makes sense. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, Ronnie. So we're going to keep going. Now that you've established the market research, the last part, and this, again, goes back to the 4th pillars that I mentioned at the beginning: content, consistency, market research, and networking. Goes to the last part, networking. What you're going to do with the influencers and competitors is you're going to reach out to them, right? I call them competitors, but in reality, how I should call them is potential partners or potential people that you can collaborate with. Why? Because today, in order to break through the noise of social media with all the posts that are going up, it is impossible to do yourself. You need to collaborate. You need to work with other people. Okay. So what you're going to do, you will reach out probably to your competitors because they're closer to you instead of the influencers. You're going to reach out to them and establish a relationship like a human being. You will not think of them as a follower amount, as an account. You will think of them as a human being, and you will actually talk to them like a normal person. Ronnie's like, I'll model you. That works. So that's simple, right? You will reach out to them and you talk like a normal human being. Like, if you'll reach out to an influencer or to a competitor and you're like, hey bro, can you promote me? Can you push this stuff? They're going to say no. Why? Because you haven't provided any value to them whatsoever. Why would they do something for you when you haven't done anything for them? It makes no sense, right? So provide value first. How would you do this? You reach out, let's say you reach out to a competitor which is closer to your range. Let's say you have 1,000 followers and they have 3,000 followers. You reach out to them and you say, hey man, I love your work. First off, always start off with a compliment. Why? Because people love compliments, right? People love saying, hey, you're awesome. Hey, I love your hair. Hey, I love your smile. Hey, on Instagram, you say, hey, what's up? Hey man, or hey girl, I love the content that you're putting out. Your account is awesome, right? You compliment them first. You start with a compliment. Why? Because it frames the conversation in a positive way instead of a negative one. First thing. The second thing is that, hey, I was wondering, I was seeing your account and I'm seeing that we can actually, I do the XYZ PDQ. Let's say you're a travel photographer. I do travel photography. And I was wondering if we could collaborate together. Maybe we can promote each other. I see we're in the same, similar follower range, and our followers will like each other's content. So we can maybe promote ourselves, cross-promote ourselves, and that way we can actually get more reach. So simple, right? Let's say your competitor has 3,000 followers, and you have 3,000 followers. You promote each other. He gets 3,000 followers, and you get 3,000 extra followers. So each gets a total reach of 6,000. But let's say you instead of reaching out to just one person, you reach out to 10 people. So, and let's say they're all in 3,000, right? So 10 people, 10 times 3 is 30. So you just multiply your stuff by 30,000 people. It's as simple as that. It's just simple math. So reach out to your competitors or the future collaborators, I should call them, and just talk to them like human beings and establish a relationship with them, right? It's really that simple. But you're like, okay, what happens if I aim big? What happens if I actually want to, let's say, reach out to an influencer? And this is the key part. You can reach out to an influencer. It's a lot harder, but you can actually do it. And if you actually know how to frame your message, then you will get their attention. If you actually lead with providing value, that is a secret, right? Provide value first. That is a secret to actually reaching out to an influencer. If you reach out to an influencer and say, hey bro, can you promote me? They're going to say no. How do you actually reach out to them with actual value? You're going to see and try to be on their shoes and see where can you help them, right? If they're creating content consistently and they're creating content is a pain in the butt, right? And you're like, because content is king, content is really important. And you're like, okay, hey man, I see that let's say you're in the fitness industry, right? I see that you're in fitness, you also produce awesome fitness videos and all these different things. Maybe you can edit videos really well, and you're in the fitness industry too. And you're like, hey bro, I see that you do fitness videos. I would love to edit some videos for you. I'll take them from your Instagram account and send you here directly. I'll do some cool edits for you because I love your content, and I love to provide value and see how can I help you and serve you anyway. He will more than likely see that message and will not say anything because it's a surprise. Nobody does that, right? But you do the work. He will not say, okay. He will probably say, okay, cool, thank you, right? You actually do the work and you send them the videos edited. And let's say you do a cool edit. Well, once he see the work that you actually provided, he's like, huh, interesting. He actually cared about me. Let's say you do that for 3 times, whatever it is. Let's say not overnight, but let's say you do that for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You start establishing a relationship with the other person and they start trusting you. Once it gets to that point, then you can start seeing how they can serve you because you provided value first. Another way you can do that is simply pay them, right? Simply pay them for a promotion and pay them for several promotions. That way they actually see that you're a serious entrepreneur and online CEO. And that way they actually establish a relationship with you and it will go really, really far. That's how it goes. You got to provide value to the other person first before they actually, you can actually take from them. That's just how it goes. You cannot expect to take from the other person without first giving, right? So if you're able to take these simple things that we talked about today, you will make so much, your success on Instagram will be ridiculous. Literally, market research is the key. Now you're like, okay, cool, I have a bunch of followers. What do I do with them? How do I actually push content? And how do I actually monetize them, right? It's simple. The easiest way, affiliate offers, you can sell products and services, anything. But the key here is to connect with your audience, right? Just like you connected with the competitors and the influencers on a one-to-one level, on a personal level, establishing a relationship with them, same thing you're going to do with your audience. You're going to go on Instagram stories. You're going to say, hey, what's up, guys? My name is Josue Pena, and I'm here, blah, 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 blah. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. Provide value to your audience. That's what you do. And you will start seeing a relationship with them. You will start establishing one, and you will see your numbers go up dramatically. I promise you it will work. I absolutely promise you. So that's kind of how it goes. I think that was the presentation for today. So if you have any questions now, drop it down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them all. I'm here both on YouTube and on Facebook. So YouTube, if you have any questions, drop it down below. I have it pulled out right here. On Facebook, if you have any questions, drop it down below. And let's see how I can serve you, help you guys. So let's see. Let's see if there's any questions coming in. Oh, by the way, I've almost forgot to mention today. Last week was my birthday, as you can know. 25, turned 25, and I'm actually, because of that, there was a sale going on. I actually sent an email and a chatbot message a little while ago. But the point is that in 3 hours, there's the offer for 60% off for the entire course will go away. So there's a link on YouTube in the description, and on Facebook is pinned at the top of this video right now. Right now it's 60% off, and you will get version 1.0, version 2.0 for free, all the bonuses, funnels for free. Funnels, by the way, that have made me over $100,000, multiple several $100,000. Just one of them made me like $67,000 in 3 months. You're going to get all that for free. You're going to get a network of over 200 million followers, which is exciting too. So I'm giving you everything on a silver platter, and you can get it away for free, for 60% off, which is my birthday sale. Today it ends because we finished the 7 days through Instagram success video series. So today that thing ends. So if you want to take advantage of that, I suggest you pull the trigger and go with it right now. But anyways, is there any more questions? Now will be the time to drop them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer anything, and we'll see here what do we have. We've been here for around 34 minutes, so not overly too long. Is pretty normal with us that we go 30 minutes, something like that. Let's see. I can pull the questions up here. Okay. All right. See one here. What happens if I have a small following amount? Can I still monetize my audience? That is a perfect question. And actually, yes, you can. How many followers do you need to actually make money on YouTube? 1. That's all you need. You need one person to follow you. I mean, I'm not YouTube, Instagram. You need one person to follow you to make money. You're like, anybody can buy from you. I know people, like, for example, with less than 10,000 followers that are making like $3,000 a month. How are they doing this? Simple. They connect to their audience one-to-one. For example, I'm gonna put you a real example from a friend called Leo Vitelli. Like, he's implementing like this stuff. By the way, it's in the course, but he implements the same thing. So what did he do? He's a fitness coach. Like, he's in fitness, and he put together a 67-day program for free. By the way, giving value, aka giving value, right? So he put out this 67 days for free, and he gave it out to people. Like, he gave it out to his followers. Closer to the 67 days, he reached out to the people who downloaded the ebook or downloaded the program, and he reached out to them and said, hey, how are you liking the program? Are you seeing results? How's that thing? Hey, I want to help you, and like, how can I help you more? I offer personalized one-on-one online coaching. Will you be interested in that? Around 10 to 20 people took him on his offer. His price was around $150 to $200 a month, and I don't know if he's raised it, but $200 a month with less than 10,000 followers, and he's making around $3,000 a month from that. So like around 10 people at 200, that's 2,000, right? It was like, I think it was like 15, like just call it 15 at 200. It's like 3,000. Hopefully my math is not making me look an idiot, like an idiot. Yeah, 3,000 people, like $3,000. 20 people, no, 15 people at $200 a month is $3,000. That's how we did it, right? It's not overly complicated. Like, simplify, like dumbify the process, and that's how you do it. You can make money with a small following. You can make money with less than 1,000 followers. Like, I've seen it. Like, Alex Wilkie was making like $3,500 a month 2 weeks after he taken the course with no previous experience. Like, so it worked. Like, you can make money with any follower amount. It does not matter. You just have to engage with your audience and connect with them on a one-to-one level and provide value to them. That's the key. Provide value to them first for free. Take them through the buyer's process, the KLTB, the know you, like you, trust you, and they will buy from you. That's the key. And we can talk about the buyer's process in another video, but that is the goal and the idea here, all right? It is extremely important that you take the time to actually do this, because it will drastically improve your results, both in growth, monetization, but also developing a loyal fan base, right? You only need 1,000 true fans. There's a theory called 1,000 true fans. If you have 1,000 true fans, And that's not a lot. You're like, 1,000 people only? Yes, only 1,000 true fans. You will be a millionaire for life. Okay, so if you have 1,000 true fans, people that vouch for you, people who buy your stuff and all the different things, you will be a millionaire for life. In 1,000 true fans, it's pretty simple once you implement these strategies. All right, so I came really late, so I only caught the last pillar. So Lettington Forbes, by the way, your last name is dope, Forbes. So we talked about market research and the importance of it and how to actually use it and frame it in order to have success on Instagram. That was kind of like the goal for today's live stream. So if you didn't catch it live, once the replay goes up, you can actually watch the replay. So let's see, Ronnie. Let's see. Do you have any tips on marketing research for stories? I see some people using some hashtags on them. Yes. Hashtags are powerful on stories too. Now Instagram rolled out an update. You can put location and hashtags on stories. It is super, super dope. I love it. You can actually get a lot of views just from from hashtags and from locations. So same thing, same concept of doing the market research for the Instagram stories. Now, when it comes to the Instagram stories, you do not get a notification when they post. So you actually need to be on your phone when they post the Instagram stories. So, but you actually can see, like, are they using hashtags? Are they not using hashtags? Are they using geolocations? Are they not using geolocations in these different things? And if they are, then you model success. Simple as that. But if you haven't found anybody that's doing it, just try yourself, right? If the market is untapped, it means that you have a blue ocean. In Spanish, I have a blue ocean. I'm diving into it. So same thing. Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully I answered your question, Ronnie. But yes, you want to use hashtags. You want to use geolocation on your stories. You want to engage with people one-to-one. You want to tell them to direct message you. All these different things. So yes. Let's see if there's any more questions here. All right. I don't think there is. I don't think there's any more questions. Anyways, it has been awesome being here with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, drop a comment below. Let me know what you liked, what they didn't like. If you have any more questions, drop them down below. YouTube, if you have any more questions, whether on the live one or the replay, I'll be answering every single question that comes through. I'm going to be, focusing a lot more on YouTube since I want to grow that part too. So everybody on the Facebook group, go on the YouTube channel, Online CEOs and YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Love you all. This is actually the platform where I started back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago, with a channel called JP Destro. It's a fitness one, and I transitioned it to soccer and now this. But I also have a fitness one, which is called Elation Fitness. Anyways, has been really, really awesome. Okay, I have one more question here. Michael Smith, should you hashtag larger tags that have 1 million plus posts, or try to stick to similar smaller ones where you can reach the top easier? All right, so great question. It depends, Michael, on what your account is, right? If you can rank in million plus posts, then you use that one because you have more reach. But let's say you are an account that has 10,000 followers, you're not getting that much engagement and that much growth, then you probably don't want to use bigger hashtags. At the end of the day, the hashtag is not determined by the amount of users. The amount of users only gives you a good gauge, like a little idea of how many people are actually using it. But the determining factor when it comes to actually using hashtags is determining if you can rank in the top 9. So not the amount of users. There's hashtags out there that only has 10,000 users, but you need 5,000 likes to use, to rank in them. Why would you use the hashtag, right? But there's hashtags out there like that. So what you do is, instead of using looking at the follower amount, the user amount in each hashtag, you look at the engagement, the comments, and the time stamp on every single post in the top 9, and you take an average more or less, and that way you can actually see. Let's see. Must be a like on the comments. Now that when I saw your question, but hopefully that answers your question, Michael. Let me know if it does. But at the end of the day, also the goal is to rank in the top 9, no matter what hashtags you use. Obviously, there's some hashtags that you will never rank in the top 9, but you want to push yourself towards that. And the determining factor is not actually the user amount, but the engagement in the hashtag itself. So hopefully that makes sense, and it answers your question. Let's see if there's any more questions here. All right, looks like there isn't. Cool. So it has been okay. I'm getting now 2,000 likes on average per picture or organic. Thanks for your tips, bro. Ronnie, you are the man. I know we consulted before. And it was awesome. Like, your account is really dope. It's in Portuguese, and I know for a fact you can blow this thing out of the water. You start implementing these things. Like, I promise you, like, it's crazy. Like, you have a blue ocean just like I do in Spanish. So I strongly suggest you just go all in on things, like do Instagram stories and like blow that thing out of the water. You have a lot of potential. Like, anybody else seeing this, like anybody else has a lot of potential too. Like, if you start doing Instagram stories every single day, you start giving valuable tips. Like, look at this. I bought this stuff, right? I bought that. It came out today for a little project that I'm working on that I can't say. But I'm working on something, which is actually really cool. If you go to my Instagram, or my personal one, which I don't even post, you actually see the stories and see what's it all about. But on Instagram stories, I posted like this stuff, and everybody what's like direct messaging me and like say like it was awesome or like laughing. So Instagram stories is powerful because you connect with people on a one-to-one level, like on a more personal level. You connect with people, like people feel that you're human, that you're not just an account randomly like out of space, right? You're actually human. So one of the things that we're going to talk about later on here, especially on YouTube, is that people buy people. People do not buy products or buy services. People buy people. So once you understand that, and understand that Instagram stories and Instagram live allows you to have a more personalized human connection with your audience, you will make a lot more money that way. So that's why, for example, personally, I love Instagram stories. I love Instagram live. Engaging with people on a one-to-one level, like answering messages, answering comments, all these different things are super, super important because it gives you a human connection with the audience. And that's the most important thing. One-to-one marketing is the most powerful way of marketing, and that's how you do it. So hopefully that answered your question and all that good stuff. Let's see. It doesn't make sense. I'm still small, so I'm going to stick to rising in the smaller ones. No problem, Michael. Again, just rise in the smallest one and take the other tips, right? You don't need a huge following to make money. I don't know what your goal is on Instagram, but personally, I'm an online CEO, right? I want to make money. I want to build a business. And how you build a business is like making sales, right? So how do you make sales? Like, you connect with your audience on a one-to-one level, even with a small following. You can actually do it. All right. All right. So it has been awesome being here with you guys. Hopefully I answered all your questions and you found this valuable. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and just share this live stream with anybody that you think might find this useful too. Really appreciate it. Again, this is just free value to you guys, and the only way you can like quote unquote pay me is just by sharing this, letting me know that you actually enjoyed it, letting me know, for example, like Ronnie, like saying, hey, like your stuff works. Look at my results, 2K likes consistently on his account, just from like the free stuff he's like the free tips I give him and all that good stuff. So that's kind of like how you pay me. And personally, I love seeing the results that you guys have because when I started, I didn't have somebody that I can look up to and follow their steps and their success, right? I didn't have that, and I had to figure it out by myself. It took me 4 years to figure this thing out. So if this live stream can just like save you those 4 years of your life, it will be like all worth it for me. So you can just like it, share it with somebody that you might think like they will find it valuable. I would really appreciate it if you can just like on YouTube, if you're watching, just join the Facebook group Online CEO, Collective Entrepreneurs Online, or CEO. You actually just type that in, and it will be probably the first group in the actual search bar. So, and Collective Entrepreneurs Online or CEO community group. I love you guys. Go to monetize only at 5,000 followers now. Dude, Michael, you can do it. You can do it. You can monetize with 500 followers. You can definitely do it. You can monetize with 500 followers. Just connect with your audience. Like, think about this. If you had 500 people in a room with you, think how powerful would that be? How many people can you actually sell in a room with 500 people? Can you sell like 10%? Like let's talk about numbers, right? Like, before I leave, I tend to do this a lot. I'm Latin, so I like say goodbye like 5 times. So let's talk about numbers here, Michael. You have 500 followers, right? And I'm gonna talk about conversions here. You have 500 followers, and you have 500. I pull out the calculator here, and let's say you give them something away for free, right? And by the way, we're gonna calculate it in a month. So let's say you do this every single 30 days, right? So per month, you only convert 10 people. 10 people, your 500 followers, right? And by the way, remember, you're still posting, you're still doing the market research and all these different things, which means your account is growing. But let's say, for just the sake of this example, to make it easier, you only have 500 followers and it does not grow. So 10%. 10% of your audience takes you on the free offer. So that's 50 people. So just like Leo Vitelli, you go and you reach out to those 50 people and say, like, who took your freebie, your free stuff, you give them value for free, and you offer them something even more valuable where they actually need to pay. How many people of those 50 are actually going to convert? And by the way, I'm not talking about just like spamming them and sending out direct messages randomly. I'm actually talking here about you actually reaching out to them, sending a message, and actually engaging with them on a one-to-one level, like more personalized. Because like you're smaller, right? You can actually take the time to engage with 50 people, send them a direct message, and all these different things, right? If you take the time to do that, how many people do you think you can actually close? And in fact, how many people do you think you can actually close on the phone? If you talk, if you think like from 50 people, you can maybe close 5. Like that's 10%. Like 5 people from 50. Do you think you can actually do it? I would venture to say that yes. Like I'm like, depending obviously on your offer, let's say $100. Let's say you're selling something that's $100. Do you think like 5 people from 5 people you can actually do it? Like, do you think so? Like, let's just call it 10. Like 10 people from 50. 10 people from 50. Let's say, can you actually do it? Let's say you, instead of selling 100, like let's just say 100, right? And I'm gonna build a little funnel here. From 100 people, like from 50 people, you close 10 people, right? At $100. That is $1,000 right there. Boom. So you're okay, cool. I just made $1,000 with 500 people. Now, from those 10 people who bought the $100 product, then you offer them something even more valuable that solved another problem, a bigger problem, and that's even more valuable to them. Okay. So let's say from those 10 people, you offer them something for $500, and 2 of them, instead of like, let's say, can you close from 10 people? Can you close 1 or 2 in a month? By the way, we're talking about a month here, right? Can you close 2 people on a $500 product from like actually, by the way, a buyer is a buyer is a buyer. So they already bought from you. You already know they have money. So they're probably going to buy again from you. So do you think in a month, can you close 2 more people? From those 10 people that bought the $100 product, can you close 2 more? Do you think you can? I'm 100% sure you can do it. That is extra $1,000. You just made $2,000. $2,000 from a 500 follower account, just following simple stuff, right? Not even doing this complicated funnel and like all these different stuff, like just simple stuff. 10% conversion rate from 500 people, like 500 followers, you close 50 people, which is honestly small. Like you can actually close 100 maybe, like have 100 people download your free stuff, but let's call it 50, right? 50 people download your free stuff. You actually know that they're interested in your stuff. 10 of those actually bought once. You have extra 40 that haven't bought anything at all, but you know that they're interested because they downloaded your free stuff. So you can actually next month, hey, you have 40 more people that you gotta sell to. And on top of that, then you have 50 more who came in, like 10% again, like from the 500, you have 50 more. So that's 90 people that you got to sell to. And let's say from those 90 people, let's keep the percentages, it's the same. So before you close 20%, with the actual, $100 product. So 90%, 20% is 18 people. That is $1,800, right? You just like more than almost doubled your conversion rate, or not your conversion, your numbers in a month just by doing this simple stuff. And let's say, again, from those people that bought the second month, you upsell them in the $500 product, right? So instead of having 2 people, you have 4 now. How much money is that? 4 times 5 is 2,000. So you just made 3,800. If my math doesn't fail me here, $3,800 from a 500 follower account. Boom, mind blown, right? So take the time to do this stuff. I promise you it works. Yeah, I'm in sales, so it's down to my alley. Dude, you're in sales, it works. What type of product for travel niche? Dude, travel niche is super powerful. Go on Amazon and sell them anything. In fact, go on Alibaba, go on AliExpress, just find any product and sell them something. Go to Walmart and find something like a backpack, hats, anything. Like, hey, like travel people, they need tripods to take pictures. Travel people, they need freaking cameras to take pictures. Travel people, they need lenses to take pictures. Anything, and you just earn an affiliate commission. And cameras, tripods, lenses are expensive as heck. So you can probably get a big fat commission on that. So it's simple. It's like simple stuff that's like, that's why I say like nobody's freaking talking about this stuff. And it works. And it works wonders. Like that's how I started. Obviously now I have it on a system, is a little bit automated, but that's how I started, and I actually make money on Instagram. Like that's how I did it, right? A year ago, I made my first $3,500 from one client, and from there went $10,000 deal, $9,000 deal, $10,000 deal again. Then in December 29th, I think like $15,000 overnight, and it just kept going and going and going and going. So that's kind of how you build it. You don't need a huge following to make money on Instagram. That's a huge misconception. But you can actually build a huge following on Instagram because like the traffic is super powerful. And by the way, in the example that I used, Michael, I didn't even talk about that your account was actually growing. I was just assuming that the 500 people were like stagnated, like your account was dead, and which is not the case, probably. So if your account is growing, you will have a lot of freaking work, but you will make a lot more money, right? And that's with a 500 follower account. Like think about that. Like think about the power of Instagram. Like that's kind of like my approach to Instagram is like a little bit unconventional and a little bit different than most people. But that's kind of like the thing that I talk in the course itself. How to actually do all these different things. I give you templates, I give you captions, I give you like the text to actually write. I give you everything. So that's kind of like the idea here, Michael. And like again, I know I mentioned here in the group before, but tonight is the last night to get the course with 60% off. The course is over $2,000, like $2,000 that retail price. Right now it's $797, and you can actually get started for only $297, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But then again, my goal is to provide as much value to you as possible. My business is not selling courses. My business is doing Instagram. I actually lead by example. I'm just here to provide as much value as possible. So, how do you pin post on Facebook Live? Oh, Brandon, you just click on the thing and it says pin post. Anyways, let's see. I'm growing 16K a month now. I just have to convert these people into leads and money. Dude, the course teaches you everything when it comes to that, Ronnie. It teaches you absolutely everything. You're growing 16,000 followers a month. That's crazy. That's huge. All you need to do is a monetization plan now. If you take these, like, if you just do the things like I said today, you will make money. That's a no-brainer, right? But let's say you want to automate it a little bit more. You just, like, the course, build a funnel. The course teaches everything step by step. And I even give you the funnels for free. So, there's no guesswork involved. All right. Anyways, I'm going to go right now. Thank you so much for being here. It has been awesome. I've been here for, almost an hour. So thank you so much, Collective Entrepreneurs Online. Thank you so much for being here, YouTube. I love you all. And I will try to do this thing more often and more cool. So it's exciting. I have a lot of cool things planned for the future. So thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you again tomorrow, probably, or in the next one. And that was the replay of the video where we spell out the entire secrets and strategies on how to grow and monetize your own Instagram account. And this thing, nobody's actually talking about it. And here's the promise that I make to you at the very beginning and how you can actually win $100 and the little special offer that I'm going to throw here as well. In order to participate in our little giveaway, all you have to do is obviously hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, grow on Instagram. The winner will be announced on my own Instagram story, so make sure you follow me there and make sure you keep an eye out. Now, if you want to take your Instagram game to the next level, make sure you click the very first link in the description. That is a 110% for free playlist and videos and training tutorials we have here on YouTube, where we teach you exactly how to grow your Instagram account, how to monetize, and how to build a successful online business. After all, we have done pretty well for ourselves because that little plaque right there, an award, is actually for making over $1 million, and we actually made that thing in just a little over 9 months.
Fun coupons! See that? A fun coupon!
So make sure you click the very first link in the description if you actually want to learn exactly step by step on how to do that. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you have any questions, make sure you put it down in the comment section below. We try to respond to every single comment and every single question that you leave here on YouTube. So if there's anything I can do to help and serve you, just make sure you put it down in the comment section below, and we'll be more than happy to. This has been Josue Pena with Online CEOs, helping you grow and monetize your brand, business, and influence with social media and marketing. Keep crushing it, Online CEOs, and we'll see you on the next one.